Oh, I slept like a log. It's probably like a day later, isn't it? 2 days later. I just wanted to add a point to that last video I made. It's probably why it feels like there's such a gap in my life since when I was a little child. The last memories I had of my life was like this little kid like Oliver Twist running through the streets of England with all these madams coming out of doorways and things to sort of lure me in. It was around the turn of the century, 1900 sometime. I remember these bullies picking me up and putting me into a bin on top of my head. And I landed on a knife or something, and it went right through my head, through my brain or something. And I kept having that recurring dream over and over and over and over and over. When I was a little boy, when I was growing up in Pollards Road. But at the same time, it was like I was surrounded by angels all the time. So I had my 300 army, my Spartan army, which is essentially my being. My being is, well, it's bigger than that now. It's evolved into sort of a, well, I don't know what you call it, like omnipotent sort of God or something. It's become everything now, sort of just a natural force of nature. But what I realised quite a few years ago, why there was such a gap in my life between that point back there and then now, because I did have those other 300 men that they were like myself, but I never transported to them. I never transported my consciousness. I didn't know how to do that yet, because I didn't really fully awaken or have that superpower behind me. So in a way, that was Christ being born back there, like this little Oliver Twist kid. And it sort of always felt like I was lost, running around the streets and getting chased by bullies and so then, because I'd come back to myself there since a long time, probably I think shortly after being crucified as Jesus, I came back sort of later on for a bit, then died, and during a war, and then same thing happened again. My Spartan army took over, and then so that period in the turn of the century in 1900 was when I came back again, and then sort of came back to now. So it's like that gap before that was far too long to really remember too much. Like when I was a child, like initially it took a long time through adulthood to sort of remember all the other stuff. But it's kind of when you go through a death like that, you suppress everything, So at the same time, I remember all these other people I was, famous musicians, inventors, artists, doing all this great stuff. And one day, like I can do it now, but one day it will be more apparent I'll be able to do these sort of duality where I can be two people at once and share consciousness, and I can do it already. Just this old body, this Evan, isn't quite up with it. Once he passes on, then I'll be that omnipotent God or Superman, and sort of be able to do all these sort of things just at will, and know I'm doing it, And I won't die. I'll just pass on. I'll just become sort of energy. Because I can already do it. I'm just not aware of it. My Evan body hasn't been loved enough. So I still could have kids. And just my body's just just an angel. So it can be a really lovely person to be around, just a nice sort of friendly person. Friendly, happy, sort of content, peaceful, thoughtful, creative sort of person, you know. Just meeting the right person. I don't get out enough to meet anyone much because of my money situation. Sort of trying to get a job, it's not easy at my age. No one's sort of looking for a 47-year-old. Even though I'm full of experience, you know, they're sort of looking tradies, and they're all sort of 18 or younger sometimes. So I was trying that electronics thing, but I had too many people sort of hacking me and stuffing me around. I had to give that a rest for a while, but I might go back to that and just see what happens. Anyway, I won't make this video too long. I was just trying to explain why I had that gap, because at the same time, because that was my Christ spirit coming back into the world, at the same time I had those other 300 men doing all that work the whole time, you know, to keep me here. And I was all those people at once, you know. It's a funny old feeling. You might not transport consciousness, but you're all the same part of the same being, you know. It's they're all part of heaven now, so. And I'm up there with them. I can see them, you know. I only have to think and I can see what they're doing and everything, so. It probably puts people's noses out of joint that I was sort of famous people, but what else would a Spartan army be, you know? I was Elvis, and I was a lot of other famous people, so not all famous. Some were just quiet little achievers, but they all died around the same time, 77, and then I came along, and that was the Reformation, you know. It doesn't sound important to people, I suppose, when you explain it like that, but if I had been married young, it would have been a lot more of a journey for people to understand, rather than just watch videos and things. Anyway, we do the best we can.